situated here a bit. I think I'm going to have to change my tripod a little bit. So hang on. Move that up a little bit so we can zoom in a little bit. And let's see. We're way over here in this corner. Yep. Oh, hang on. I got an ad playing. My video started over there. All right. Of course, it's Diamond Art Club. Why wouldn't it be? Right? Always Diamond Art Club. Skip the ad. There we go. Skip it.
Always Diamond Art Club.
All right. There we go. That's not a bad view. This is all like washed out right here. It's like all white and whatever. Okay. We're going to put some drills there though. So we're going to make it look better. Okay. Maritza, hello. How are you? Hello, hello. Hello, Michelle and Paula. Hello, hello, Mary Lou and Sherry. Hello, hello. Hello, hello. I'm so glad you guys are here tonight to hang out. This is so interesting, the little crown badges thing. We got 1, 2, and 3. We got Maritza and Sherry, 1 and 2, and and who's, wait, Sherry was 3. Wait, how can Maritza be 1 and 2? How are you 1 and 2? And then Sherry's 3 and what? And then 1. What? Are you guys just switching places? Is that it? I don't know. It's all based on how much you comment, I believe, is what it is. Anyhow, interesting. Let's see. Who else is here? Who else? Who else? Julio is here. Brenda, hello, Brenda. Somebody asked about you yesterday in the crochet live. They was like, where's Brenda? And I'm like, I don't know. I am not Brenda's keeper. I don't know where she is. Hello, Lynn. Hello. At Lissad. Hello, Valerie. How's Valerie? I know, it doesn't make any sense. DP with Terry. Hello, Terry. Rich is like, I've been yapping since I got here. Yeah, so you should be number 1, right? Now, see, now look, now you're both number 2. You and Sherry are both 2, but you're also number 3. I don't get it. I just don't get it. Hello, Dawn. How are you? It's been a while. It's been a while, Dawn. Let's see. Joyce is here. And there's John, too. You're both here. I've missed you. I've missed you. Where you been? I'm glad you're here. Oh, goodness. I hope everybody is doing well. Okay, Bonnie. What's the temperature there in northern Texas? You got to know. I got to know. Sean's here. Hello, Sean. Linda. Hey, Linda. How are you? I just got to say, have you heard about a cold front? There's like a cold front coming in. It's going to be cold. You lurk. Okay. That's okay. You can lurk. I like it when you say, hey. 50. Okay. So 50 is probably chilly for you, right? But 50 would be, quite lovely for us, right? Quite lovely, I would say. Yeah, it's supposed to get cold. I don't know what that means. Like 4 degrees, maybe? I don't know. And then it's going to warm up a little bit and snow again, I think. I don't know. You have to ask Dale, who watches the weather 3 times a day. He'd know. Oh, no, Brittany is sick. Oh, no. Oh, dear. Hey, that beanie is working up really fast. I mean, it's working up really fast. I was really surprised. And, hey, if Matt pops in, just let Matt know it's technically a male kind of a beanie. I'm telling you. Right? So there you have it. I don't know. We'll go with that. Okay? But it's actually turning out pretty nice. I actually like it a lot. So, yeah. Well, I hope Brittany gets better. I hope she gets to feeling better. Marion is in rainy, chilly Pensacola. Well, rainy and chilly is better than cold and snowy. Oh, your lids fall off? Mine don't fall off. They stay on. I don't know. I mean, I don't do anything crazy with them. They just sit in the container. Hello, Patty. How's Patty today? How are you? How are you? How are you? It felt kind of funny today when I scheduled my live. I was like, okay, I don't need to schedule my live on StreamYard. I can just do it on YouTube because I use StreamYard like, when I'm having a guest or, uh, well, when I'm having a guest. That's when I use StreamYard, right? So I've been using it for the crochet live, which I haven't had a guest lately. Maritza, you need to take off a Friday afternoon and come do a project with me again. That was fun when we made that little snowman dude. Just think, Maritza, you're going to be retired soon. Oh, Maritza. What do you think? We should get Maritza to come and do crochet with us. What do you think? I think, yeah. Hey, keep that in the back of your mind there, okay? Just keep that in your noggin. All right? Yeah. Snowy and cold and windy. I know, that's life. Snowy and cold and windy. A DP Elves question. When someone wins a daily prize, should they stop posting each day and then post again for the grand prize? You know what, Bonnie? You don't have to stop posting. We keep a list because, people still like to just show off what they're working on. So you can post, and then we just keep a list. And if you have already won, then, we just, we make sure that we don't count you when we give away the prizes for the day, and the grand prize is just going to be based off that last post. So if you want in on the grand prize, make sure you are posting on the 25th day. That's an important one, okay? Make sure you post on that one because that is where we will pull our grand prize winner from. Okay? So yeah, if you want to keep posting, go ahead. It doesn't hurt us at all. We'll just know, hey, you already won a prize, so we'll move on to the next person. That's all. Because everybody likes to show what they're working on. That's part of the fun of it. Show what you're working on. Everybody likes to see them anyhow. So, yeah. How's that sound? Let's see. Anything else? Have I missed anything? Let's see. My thing just went jumping like through 12 comments. So let me go back. um, one of 26. I'm telling you, Maritza. Hello, Gail. How are you? You got to come do some crochet lives, right? Come do some crochet lives with me. She's like, I will, yeah. Hey, you know what? You pick the project. You pick the project and we'll do it, okay? Let me know. I get tired of picking projects. Hello, Gina and Anita. No, I have never tried hand knitting. I had some friends that were doing it, like making blankets for a while. They were like hardcore making these blankets. Hello, Shannon. How is Shannon? Oh, okay, Bonnie, there you go. We have pretty much about 60 people a day posting. So that's pretty good, I think. I think that is pretty good. Yeah. Hello, Sue. How is Sue? Da, 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 da. Let's see. Oh, yeah, you can still post, Shannon. But congratulations. Ow, 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 ow. What is going on? My thumb just got a cramp in it. Oh my gosh, my thumb just cramped right up and like couldn't move. I'm like, don't do that. Hello, Kayleen. How are you? Kathy's here. I missed Kathy back there a minute ago. Hello, Kathy. Oh, gosh. Oh. Why is it doing that? Oh. Oh, goodness. What? Why? Why do we get cramps like that? Oh, my goodness. I know there's a I know there's a physiological reason, but oh my goodness, ouch. Oh, I've been seeing all these things popping up like on, I don't know where they're at, Facebook, Instagram, I don't know, but they're all of these things about what people can do with their fingers. Like, what percentage of people can do certain things with their fingers? Well, I'm unique. I will just say, I mean, I am double jointed in my elbows. I know that. But there's all these weird things about what you can do with your fingers. Like, what was one I just saw the other day? It was like, can you do this and that? No, I don't know what it was. Something about touching certain fingers together. I don't know. I cannot hit my wrist, Maritza. I can't go to my wrist. But that must mean you're like double jointed in your thumb or something. But it's kind of fun. I just keep showing them to Dale and I'm like, hey, can you do this? And he'll try and he'll be like, no, can't do that one. I'm like, ah. But it's fun. Oh, no, your whole hand. Yikes. Ouch, ouch, ouch. A cute hat pattern, stacked shells. Oh, you're doing it right now. Nice. Nice. Oh, Sherry. Sherry. I love Sherry. She's so funny. Oh, goodness. Yeah. All right. So no judgment. No judgment on how far I am not on my painting. I mean, I realize today's the 6th. I realize. And I'm still in one little corner over here. I get it. I know. I've been so busy. You guys, I've been so busy. It's like, I'm doing Vlogmas, and that's a lot of filming. It's just a lot of filming, doing things, going places to put in Vlogmas, and my Christmas premiere as well. So I'm just busy, going, doing stuff. I just don't feel like I've had, a half a second really to just sit still. I've not decorated my house yet. That is on the schedule for tomorrow. Decorating the house tomorrow, right? And then I'm keeping up. I'm trying to keep up with like my crochet project for Advent. This is Gingerbread Cottage. It's one of the new ones from the last Christmas release. It's beautiful. Okay, so let me just say this. Can you see? I can't tell what you can see right now. Hang on. Oh yeah. Okay. So the pink little balls on the tree here, I added some drills around the outside. What are they? A glitter drill? They're a glitter drill. They're a glitter drill, but they're like a jelly. They're like a jelly glitter drill. So they're almost like see-through, but they're glittery. This was a kit of drills, or a package of drills I got from Francesca. She gave them to me. So I've got some extra pinkish around here and around the green. That's all I've added to it are these two like jelly glitter drills. That's what I would call them, jelly glitter drills. There's no numbers to them. There's no DMC code. I picked some colors that worked and I was like, hey, let's put some in there, right? There is a yellow fairy dust. Like there's 3 yellow fairy dust in that one. There's 3 in that one. There's an AB, a pink AB in some of these, but not all of them. So, I mean, I thought that the little ornaments on the tree should be a little more blingy. So I tried to find a nice yellow in the glitter drill, but it wasn't working. There just wasn't one in the set. So I said, okay, I'll just do the pink and the green and add a little bit to those. And that's where we're at with that. Now, when I get to some other parts of this little house, this little gingerbread house, there might be some options, some opportunities to add some other colors in there. I'm hoping. but we got to get there first. We got to get there. Oh boy. Just, you know, sometimes, you guys, sometimes life just, it's busy. It's just busy. And then we've been going to the gym and steadily 3 days a week. 3 days a week we get to the gym. Yesterday, Crochet Live was about 10 minutes late because we were still out and about. We didn't make it home. I had to stop at Aldi's to look for a Christmas present for somebody. After we left the gym, we should have left a lot earlier than we did, but c'est la vie, we did not. But, it is what it is. So, I'm doing what I can do. I'm having a good time, okay? That's what's important, right? Having fun, having a good time. So, there you have it. Are you guys still there? Are you still there? Last comment was Gina's. Wow. Hope you're still there. Let me know if you're still there. Sometimes I get a little nervous. I'm like, oh, they left. They're all gone. They all left me. I hope you guys are having fun with DP Christmas Elves. It is one of my favorite things to do. It really is. We have a good time. Brenda, I apologize. I have not watched your video yet. I've been busy today, of course, because today was a craft show. So it was a short craft show, but still, I mean, you got to get up. We had to load the truck. We had to get there, get home. I worked on my Advent project for a little bit. I'm trying to watch videos and get caught up. I'm so far behind on those because, oh my gosh, it is the season. It is the season for Vlogmas, and so many people I watch do Vlogmas, so they're doing like daily or every other day videos, and so there's just lots and lots of stuff to watch. Lots to watch. Brita's like, the chat wasn't moving, so I left and came back. You're like, yes, we're here. Jess is in lurker mode. Yeah, okay, that's fine. Okay. Just as long as somebody says something every once in a while, just so I know people are still here. Oh, goodness. Vlogmas is fun to do. It is fun to never leave me. Aw. Oh, Christopher had you crying. I have not watched Christopher's yet. I did watch Naughty Santa, though. I saw Naughty Santa for sure. I've got Brandy, Naughty Santa, and that's as far as I am right now. Oh, goodness. Yes. In the announcement video, all of the channels are listed there. And then I did post the calendar. I don't know, where did I post the calendar? Christopher posted the calendar in his video. I've posted it. It was in a whip and chat. I don't know, several places. I have not watched Christopher's yet. Christopher's, Christopher. Christopher's Christopher. Oh boy. I hate yarn tangles. Hate yarn tangles. There's Matt. Hello, Matt. We were talking about you. Deborah's lurking. Deborah the lurker. Oh. Oh, Linda, I have fun with the. Oh, she retracted it. I understood what you said, Linda. I got it. Oh, I understood. Brenda listed the calendar and links. Yeah, they're out there. Okay. What was I going to say? I was just going to say. Oh, I was going to talk to Matt. Matt. Yesterday in the Crochet Live, we're working on a beanie. It is a male-oriented beanie. Just wanted you to know, right? Just wanted you to know that. Oh, you're cross-stitching. Oh. I know, right, Linda? I hate it. I hate it when my phone or something changes stuff and I don't catch it. And then it's out there in the world and I look like an idiot because I'm like, "Wait, no, no, that's not what I typed. That's not what I meant to say." One of the worst places is in like Facebook Messenger because you can't just go back and edit the comment. It's like once it's out there, it's out there. It's out there for the world. And you just, all you can do is go delete it and do it over. And I mean, what a hassle that is, having to go delete and redo it. I'm like, seriously? I hate doing that. But sometimes just know it's not me. Okay. I'm not an idiot. I can spell. I have good grammar, I mean, I was a teacher. Sometimes it's not me. It really isn't me. It's just the phone or whatever, I- you know? And then sometimes it's words that for some reason they just don't like. They don't understand them and they change them because they don't understand what you're truly wanting to say. Like, okay, sometimes if I want to type something that's like slang, like gonna, it won't like gonna. So it changes it to like something totally different. You know what I mean? I hate it. I hate it. Maritza and Chris are bad together. Well, they can be. They can be. Oh, goodness. No taco holders. Matt. I don't think crocheted taco holders is a good idea. I forgot to ask Dale about it, but there you go. Change shoe to hoe. Perfect. See what I mean? That's what I mean. Yep. It just changes things to something you're like, what? Where did that come from? No. That is not at all what I typed or what I meant. No. Oh boy. Oh goodness. So anyhow, that's life. That's life here. Busy, 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 busy. Coming up in some future vlogmases, you guys. I got the kitties. I got the kitties an advent calendar. It's a kitty cat treat advent calendar. And so, of course, we were way behind on that. Actually, I kind of forgot and I'd put it away with Christmas presents. And I was like, wait. I got to find the kitty treat advent calendar. Where did it go? Now, and the dog advent calendars weren't going to work for my dogs because there are a lot of like little crunchy treats, little crunchy bones and stuff. And well, my girls cannot have little crunchy bones because, they don't have any teeth. So that would not be very nice of me to give them little crunchy advent treats. So I just got them a little bag of Christmas dog treats, and they're soft, little chewy little dog treats. They're little small pieces so they can just swallow them whole, which is what they usually do. Just swallow things whole. But so when the kitties get their little advent treats, the dogs get their little advent treats, and oh my goodness, I'm gonna have to have Dale film one day because it's a chore trying to get everybody's treats in the right places, Yeah. The dogs want to eat the cat's treats. The cats try to get the dog's treats. Oh my gosh. Oh my goodness. Anyhow. No, I hate it when it changes things and you already sent it. I hate that. Stop. Don't do that to me. An advent calendar from Germany. What is that? What are you getting from Germany, Maritza? I'm hooked on advent calendars. Well, that is true. Where's Chris in the elf hierarchy? Elf of another kind. There you go. Yep, that would be Christopher. There is no hierarchy. I mean, it's not like your little crowns you get here, ones, twos. We don't have a no. YouTube is holding normal messages from appearing for some. Appearing where? Normal messages. What do you mean? What messages are being withheld? What is happening? What is happening? It's from Pikmandu. What is that? What is that? A Belgian chocolate advent. Yum. Oh, chocolate truffles from Kayleen. Oh, Kayleen. Oh my. Okay, there was I have a chocolate advent too. It's nothing exciting. It's just a small little piece of milk chocolate every day, but the picture on the box is really pretty, and it's like going through like the night before Christmas, each little door you open has a little part of the story. I wanted a cheese. Oh, you found a cheese advent at Aldi? I was just in Aldi. I didn't see a cheese advent. Of course, I wasn't looking for it. Oh, inappropriate words. There you go. There are so many fun little advents out there, you guys. I mean, you could just, if there's something that you're into, you could find it. You could find it in an advent. I mean, I've seen beer, candles, makeup, tea. Tea's a big one. Coffee, whiskey. I saw a whiskey advent pop up somewhere. There's so many. I wanted the Lent, I think it was Lent advent, and I was going to get it on Amazon, but they were sold out when I went to purchase it. So I was like, okay, never mind. The other thing I've wanted to get for a long, long time is and I don't remember the name of it completely. It's like, I think it's like Bon Ami or something like that, but it's jams. I'm like, oh, little jar of jam every day. Oh, okay, next year I'm getting a little jar of jam every day. I'm getting that. I'm going to have to remember, just order it super early because I want it. I want that one. I love me some jam and jelly. And that is something I could get into every day. Give me a piece of toast and some jelly, and I am one happy girl. Dale makes fun of me all the time. He's like, oh, what are you going to have for breakfast? A piece of toast. You're going to have toast. And I'm like, yeah, toast. I love my toast with some jam on it. Yes, sirree. Oh my goodness. I want that. That's the one, Deborah. Bon Maman. That's it. I want that so bad. But it's sold out too. Pikmandu is a German diamond painting company. What? Never heard of them. And they were going to send you some. Wow. Look at you. I've never even heard of them. Interesting. Gail wants the cheese advent. I know, right? Love me some cheese too. Okay, so we do not normally shop at Aldi. We're not Aldi shoppers, but I went to Aldi's to get a Christmas present. Okay. And Dale went in with me and we stopped and we looked around for a while and talk about cheeses. They have some very interesting cheeses at Aldi. I actually bought a cheese with a cranberry cheese. Trying to hang on to it till Christmas, but I don't know. I don't know if that's going to happen, if I'm going to be able to do that, right? Right? Yeah, advents, there are just all kinds of advents for everything, right? I want the jam. Next year, I get the jam. I'm seriously getting the jam. Maritza, see, that's why you and me, you and I, yeah, right? I just have toast just because I feel like having toast, right? Oh, goodness, Lynn. Hello, Karen. How are you? Oh, they sell the e-pen. I don't have an e-pen. Do you have an e-pen? Who has an e-pen? And if you have an e-pen, do you love it? I mean, how do you feel about them? Cranberry cheese is good. I had to get one. I have never had it before, but I love cranberry. I'm a cranberry girl. I'm hooked on cranberry bagels right now. Do you know there's cranberry bagels? Okay, so here's my thing. It is gonna anything that's a vessel for butter is good, right? Um, Here's the thing. The cranberry bagel is gonna be like my strawberry bread. You know that, right? So strawberry bread, which is like Pepperidge Farm, I think, you can only get that in the summer. Strawberry bread. So it comes out like in the spring sometime. And then when it gets towards fall, then strawberry bread disappears right about the time that pumpkin spice bread comes out. And I am not a pumpkin spice bread. Not no. The hose is annoying. Oh, well, there you go. Um, you've sent every one of them back. Oh my gosh. Not enough suction. What is that? Lingonberry jam. What is that? Apparently it's good. The hose is annoying. Okay. See, I'm just not into the e-pen thing. I've never felt the need. This is going to sound weird. I've never felt the need to have more suction. I'm just saying, right? I just, oh goodness. Oh my gosh. Hmm. Well, I last time I found it in the store, Sherry, I bought 2 loaves of it. I didn't have to freeze it because I ate it before it could even go bad. So I just bought 2 loaves the last time. But that's going to be the case with this cranberry bagel. You know it is. You know that the cranberry bagel is probably just a holiday time bagel. And once like, Thanksgiving and Christmas are over, I won't be able to find cranberry bagels anymore. I know that's true. I just know it's true. In my heart, I know that that's the case. But anyhow, yep. Advents are fun now. I mean, Dale and I are doing the chocolate one. It came late. It was supposed to be here on the 2nd, and I thought, okay, fine. I can handle it being here on the 2nd. That's no big deal. But it didn't get here until when did it get here? Yesterday. Got here on the 5th. So Dale and I had 2 chocolates yesterday. We've had 2 chocolates today. I mean, they're very small little squares of chocolate. So it's fine. It's really fine. But anyhow, yep. Next year, I want to step up my game. Okay. I got to tell you, I have been putting a bunch of stuff on my wish list, my Amazon wish list. So, let me tell you what popped up on my feed somewhere today. I'm sitting at the craft show. I'm looking at my phone, and something popped up on my feed. Okay. Um, you know, I don't have too much trouble with ABs because if I have a lot of ABs I end up using like the Diamond Art Club putty pen. And you have to use the putty very, very sparingly. Don't let too much putty ooze out. Don't let your putty ooze out too much because it'll get too sticky. Just a little putty goes a long way and it'll work anyhow. Um so this is what came up. I know, Brenda, this pen is so pretty. I'm pretty sure, if memory serves me right, that this was a OGK pen, I believe. Uh, I'm not positive, but pretty sure that's where it came from. Oh, gift calendars. Well, there you go. There you go. Um, there you go. See, Maritza doesn't have issues with them either. When the ABs act up. Um, Cranberry Christmas cake. Yum. I make cranberry cookies every Christmas. I love them. Every time I make them now, of course, I think of my mom because she loved the cranberry cookies. My dad tried to make them one year. Well, let's just say I'll make the cranberry cookies. Okay. Anyhow, okay. Back to what popped up on my feed. I'm sure some of you have heard of them. They're called book nooks, or they don't have to be book nooks either. That was just one of the things, but they are basically 3D wooden puzzle structure type things. And a lot of them are book nooks, so they'll go in between your books on your shelf. I had some things pop up today. My jaw just about hit the floor, and I was like, oh my goodness, those are beautiful. And it's not like them little houses. Brandy loves to make them little houses, but those little houses, you got to do a lot of stuff. You got to cut things, you got to cut paper, you got to glue things together. You got to uh, I'm not into all that gluing and cutting and all that stuff. And that's why I don't like the little miniature houses. I got a couple underneath the bed. They've been there. I tried one was it the very first retreat? I think it was the very first Great Lakes retreat when we were in the house in Kalamazoo. No, Battle Creek. Sorry, Battle Creek, not Kalamazoo. But I can't handle cutting all them little pieces, making flowers, gluing covers on books and all that stuff. These wooden puzzles, oh my goodness. These wooden little puzzle things, I'm like, oh my gosh. Sherry, yes, he had old baking powder. Yes, he did. How did you guess? How did you know? Did I tell you that before? Did I tell you before? They are so pretty though. And I mean, they come like Lego set is how I feel about it. They come with all the directions and whatnot. Yeah, no, the miniatures. I have one. What I make? A couch and a TV or something, and the things that went on the TV stand or something. Or I don't even know if I got the couch done. Anyhow, I just don't. I don't think no, I can't do those. Anyhow, you just cut out your little pieces, right? I did tell you. Okay, Sherry. I was like, how did you know that? How did you know that? Anyhow, I put a bunch of them in my Amazon cart and on my wish list. I'm just I was showing them to Dale too. And there were a couple he actually was like, oh, that's nice. I'm like, yeah. I mean, it's just like a puzzle. We could do it. We could put it together. You and I together. We could do it. We did one Lego thing. We did a lighthouse Lego. We did that. I told him just today that we're going to do my Lego flowers that he bought me for Christmas last year. Him and I, we are going to sit and we are going to put together the Lego flowers. Yes, we are. He said, oh, you mean the ones from last year? And I said, yes, we're going to do it. Let me get the house decorated. And then we will be able to sit and do this little Lego flower bouquet. It's so pretty. It's going to be gorgeous. Somebody I watch is doing flowers. They're not Lego, but they are, Lego-esque, some other company, whatever. Yeah, check them out, Shannon. They're something. I don't think they're easy. I understand they're not going to be easy, but Maritza, we're not going to have to cut paper and glue and all that stuff, right? We're not going to have Fago? Is that the other Lego company thing you're talking about? Is that what that was about? Anyhow, there's some beautiful ones. There's a couple of greenhouses. Oh my goodness, there's a couple greenhouses. Or flower shop type things. I'm just like, oh, I love them. Love them. Oh, the wooden puzzle type thing does have stuff you have to cut or glue. These didn't fake. Oh, sorry. Fake Lego. Fake. Oh, Jess, you're too slick. You got me on that one. Oh, but like the lafufus and all those things. People put things together. It's not a labubu, it's a lafufu because it's a fake labubu. And oh my gosh, you guys are funny. So funny. Oh boy. I gotta get up early in the day to keep up with you guys. Let me tell you what. Yeah, none of these appeared to have anything you needed to cut or glue. So anyhow, I'm hopeful. I haven't bought one, just so you know, I haven't purchased one, but I've been drooling over them because they're so cool. And some of them I have like moving parts and batteries and oh my goodness. That's a whole different world right there to get into. Hmm. Yes, it is. And I recognize some of the company names on those do make like Row Life, and there's another one. There's another name as well, and they do make all of the little miniature houses that you have to do all the cut and paste and glue and stuff. But now that they're into the wooden, punched out, put together things too. So anyhow, sometimes I do. Yes, Gail, sometimes I do. You're right. I have caught some very pretty sunrises over the last week or so. Yes. I I just got lucky. I mean, I've been up at 7 and it's dark at 7. Um, but I caught a beautiful moon the other night. The sun setting, I caught the moon. I don't get the sunsets because the sunsets are on the opposite side of my house. They're on the opposite side of my house, and there's a bunch of woods and trees right where you would have the horizon line. So I missed the beautiful sunsets, but I did get that beautiful moon coming up. Oh my goodness, the moon was coming up. The sky was all pink. I don't think you've seen that one yet. It's all pinks and purples. The sky was gorgeous. Oh my gosh, it was so pretty. But yeah, that's what happens when you're up early, you know. And I'll tell you why. Tell you why I've been up early. Because my arm has been killing me at night when I'm trying to sleep. My arm just hurts and it keeps me awake and I can't sleep and I can't get comfortable because I sleep on my side. I'm a flop. I'm like a fish, flop back and forth. And I get tired of sleeping on the same side. So when I try to sleep on my right side, I can't. It hurts and it wakes me up and it's no fun. However, um, that may be changing. I'll just say. This is the first time I've mentioned it. I wanted to let my children know first, but now I can tell you guys because I've told them. All right. I finally got tired of it hurting so much. That was probably the super moon that I caught, Brenda. I'm sure that was the super moon I caught. You'll get to see it. A mechanical marble run. Fun. That's fun. So I got tired of it hurting. I mean, it's been a couple of years, seriously, since it started bothering me. And I went to the doctor, like you do, went to the doctor, had them look at it, x-rayed it, didn't find anything on x-rays, sent me to physical therapy. And I believe that was last summer. I keep trying to remember, but I think it was last summer I went to physical therapy. And it was like, it's okay. It didn't get a whole lot better, but it was like minimally, if I do the exercises, it could feel a little better, maybe. Anyhow, I kind of just left it there and kept going, moving on with life, because that's what you do. You just keep going. Well, it started bothering me again, like bad. And I'm like, okay, I had a doctor's appointment, just a regular checkup anyhow. And I said, okay, let me talk to him about the arm again. And of course, he knew that I'd gone to physical therapy. He knew that I'd had x-rays. And he said, so if those things didn't work, probably the next step would be an MRI. And I was like, yeah, no, that's why I haven't done anything about it. I am not having an MRI. I refuse. I am not going in that little thing, that little tube. I'm not doing it unless you make me unconscious. And he goes, well, I could give you some really good drugs that, you wouldn't care. And I'm like, no, I'd have to be out. Nope, completely out. And so he said, okay, how about we do this? Let me refer you to the orthopedic surgeon. We'll let them see what they can come up with. Because I was asking about open MRI, all those kinds of things. Hello, Vanessa. How are you? Vanessa, I don't even want to ask what your temperature is there because it's cold here. So I can only imagine what it's like up there. I'm sure it's freezing. Absolutely frigid. Anyhow, so I went and I told the doctor exactly that. I said, I haven't wanted to really proceed because MRI, she was claustrophobic. And I'm like, oh, yeah. And I've told you guys this before. My claustrophobia is not really like small spaces, although the MRI is kind of like a small little tin can, but it's more about being places I can't get out of, being like out of control, not in control. You know, it's a weird thing. I mean, it's just weird. I admit it's weird, but nothing I can do about it. So she said, yeah, we won't put you through that. We don't have to. How about we try an ultrasound? I'm like, oh, okay. She said, oftentimes we can find things on an ultrasound that we need to see and blah, blah, blah. We'll go from there. Okay. So I saw them like on a Monday, had an ultrasound on a Friday. I was back into the office another week later, and it all went very, very fast. Boom, 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 boom. I was really impressed at how fast all of these appointments came together and stuff. And so when I went back and I saw her, um, she was like, so we got your ultrasound results. And I already knew, I knew just from the way the ultrasound went and the way that she was doing the ultrasound and things like that. I was like, and I just knew there was something wrong with my arm. I mean, if they would have told me they found nothing, I would have been shocked, truly shocked. Okay. So anyhow, yeah, there is a tear. There is a tear, and they just call it the rotator cuff. And I was like, what is a rotator cuff? I'm like, it's my arm that hurts. They kept talking shoulder x-ray, shoulder ultrasound. I'm like, it's really not my shoulder that hurts. It's not my arm that hurts. But that's because it's all connected and it all goes up into your shoulder and blah, 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 blah. And usually if something is torn, it's usually not a muscle. It's usually a tendon in there and stuff. And so I have a tear in there that's at least 50% to completely torn. And I'm like, okay, yep. I am totally not surprised. Not surprised. Negative 22. Oh, goodness. I don't know how you do that. I've said once it hits 0 here or -3 or 4 or 5, those don't feel much different, but negative 22 has got to be like, whew, I don't know. So there's a tear. And of course, how do you fix a tear? You know how you fix a tear. There's only one way to fix a tear. It's not going to fix itself, right? Not fixing itself. So, surgery. Of course, surgery. I'm like, okay, surgery. Tell me more. Tell me more. So, 5 weeks or so in a sling after surgery, she says, you know, recovery is usually really pretty good. Most people don't really have too many side effects or, any lingering problems after the surgery. She says, and I love doing rotator cuffs. And I'm like, well, I came to the right place. Of course, I was referred to a doctor that they call a shoulder doctor, you know. So there's that. Um, so yeah, 5 weeks in a sling, physical therapy after that. I'm like, okay. She said just basically 5 weeks of no lifting or pulling. Right? Okay. I'm pretty sure. I mean, if I could go back in time and prove it, I would say I probably tore it by pulling, like when I was weeding or something, because that's kind of what I remember when it started hurting was back when I was weeding flower beds one summer a lot. Yeah. Oh, you got snow. Yay. um, my right side. So it's my right arm, of course, my dominant arm, my dominant hand. And I'm just like, um, it just hurts, and it hurts the most at night, honestly. And I don't know why that is. That's weird. But it hurts the most in the evening or in the mornings. During the day, when I get up and get going and get moving, I can take a Tylenol Advil combination, and it kind of gets me over the hump and I can keep going. But so 5 weeks, no lifting, no pulling. I said, what about crocheting? She goes, you can crochet all you want. She says, I don't have any problem with you crocheting. She says, as a matter of fact, she said, you won't even have to wear the sling if you want to sit and crochet. And I was like, sweet. Sweet. So, just saying, it looks like I'm going to have a lot of crochet time in my future. Not immediate. Nothing's happening until after the first of the year. But yeah, looks like I'll be sitting around on my couch crocheting. And I don't mind that at all, really. I don't mind that at all. I could probably diamond paint too, is my thought. I can probably diamond paint. Because it's not going to require any lifting or pulling. I mean, I can sit here all day and do this, right? Just, I'm probably not going to want to move it a whole lot, but, just stay close. Oh, but that's kind of I don't know, that's a push. I push, I'll just have to be careful. And she said, your arm will probably just get really tired. I said, well, it does now. It really does. It does get tired. There's times when I'm just like, okay, we've had enough. We've had enough of whatever I'm doing. Enough crocheting, enough, just, anything can make it just tired. So that's what's up. Yeah. I'm not surprised. Like I said, I am not surprised at all. So, and I have faith that it's going to be good afterwards, you know? And she's like, I know that's going to be the hard part, Gail, is the puppies, the kitties. Yeah, that's going to be the hard part for me. I can scoop them up with my left arm, you know? I can scoop up a cat with my left arm and be like, come on. But especially Smokey, who's like 14 and some pounds, 14 point something, Him's a big boy. Yeah, I'll just sit on the couch. I'll just sit on the couch and I'll just let Dale bring them to me. Here, bring me a cat. Bring me a kitty cat, let them sit with me. Although I have been picking up Toffee a lot more lately just to get her outside. Just, she can do it on her own. Don't get me wrong. She can do it on her own, but sometimes I've just been too impatient. Or I'm trying to put her out without letting the cats out. And so it's easier for me to just pick her up and put her outside than sit there and wait for her at the door and take the chance that all the cats are going to go out and I don't want the cats out. You know what I mean? Anyhow, we'll see. We shall see how it all goes. So, Oh, yep, doctor's orders, Dale. Exactly. Hmm. I mean, I'm still going to go to the gym because I can walk on the treadmill, right? I can definitely walk on the treadmill. So, yeah. I had it almost 2 years ago and it wasn't too bad. And I'm just saying, I'm confident. Exactly, Linda. It's winter, right? Winter. What else do I have to do? I can sit and find some things to watch on TV or, whatever. Because you know me, I don't watch TV. But I'm still going to get up and go to the gym because, we're doing good going to the gym. So the sling was the worst part, I'm sure. But hey, if I'm just sitting around crocheting and I don't have to wear the sling, Bonnie, hey, I'll be good. I'll just sit and crochet with no sling, right? Oh boy. Yeah. It'll be fine. It will be fine. And my biggest fear and reading that yes, I have to do physical therapy as well. Yes. Which I already did physical therapy for the arm once. So I'm good with that. But um she was like, so looking at all of your charts and all of your history and all that, she says, you're in great health. She says, I don't even have to do any other additional testing before we schedule a surgery. There's nothing, there's no heart problems, there's no this, there's no that. There's just, you're golden, you're good to go. And I'm like, okay, all right then. All right. And my biggest fear is the pain. How much pain is there going to be? And then my thought is, she said, you'll have a nerve block that'll last, a couple of days. And I'm like, okay. And then pain pills, I'm sure. But, I'm already doing that. I am already doing that. There are days when I'll just be like, okay, just, you can have it. You can have the arm. You can just take it. I don't need it anymore. I don't need it anymore. you know? So really, how much worse can the pain after surgery be than what it is right now? you know? And like I said, it's worse at certain times of the day. Like right now, I mean, it's not too bad right now. I mean, I can feel it. I can always feel it. But, you know, sometimes it's just like, oh my goodness, I'm over it. I'm over it. I don't want it anymore. I mean, I do. I do want my arm, but uh, so anyhow, that's coming up, folks. Just so you know, fun, 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 right? Yeah. But I'm not surprised. I mean, like I said, if they would have come back and said, "Well, we couldn't find anything wrong," I would have been like, "Well, you need to look harder because there's something wrong." I can tell you there's something wrong. So anyhow, well, I have a roast to look forward to after live. Put a roast in the crock pot with some potatoes and carrots this morning before we left. I can smell it now. It smells really good out there. It smells good. I'm looking forward to having the roast. Yum. We don't do that very often. Okay, so I have a question for you. Who likes to make stew? Just a stew, a beef stew. This is how this whole thing started, was a beef stew. We were at the store and Dale was talking to the guy at the meat counter, the butcher. I guess we'll call him the butcher at Meyer. Um, and I was standing there, and I'm always looking for something different to make, something that we don't have all the time. You get tired of the same stuff. So I was like, how about a stew? I make stew, and Dale's like, yeah, that sounds good. So I'm sitting there looking at the stew meat, and I was just like, holy cow. How much does it cost for stew meat? I was like, Wow. Wow. The price of stew meat. I was like, hello, Kathleen. How are you? I know, Kathleen. All my days are crazy days. I could not believe how much stew meat was, right? So the guy was like, yeah, he said, the stew meat is very expensive, he says, but I'll tell you, here's a trick. This is what you do. You buy one of these roasty things over here. He said, and these are a lot less. And then you just take it and you just cut it up. And Dale's like, oh yeah, I can do that. He said, I can cut up some meat, make little squares, make little beef stew meat. I'm like, yeah, cool. All right, so let's get one. Well, last night he was like, so you want me to cut this up? And I was like, if you want to, what's the difference between roast with potatoes and carrots and stew? I mean, okay, stew gets more like soupy like, right? I guess not soup, but you know what I mean. There you go. Right? Yep, cut it up yourself, right? Yeah. So we were gonna do that, and then decided, eh, let's just put it in the crock pot as roast. Let's just put it in there like it is. So it is the same basic ingredients, right? It's the meat, the potatoes, the carrots, the whatever. Not just a little different. So anyhow, our stew turned into a roast. Well, it was always a roast to start with. So our roast stayed a roast and didn't turn into stew. That's what happened. Our roast remained a roast and never turned into stew. It's fine. But it smells pretty darn good out there. It really does. It smells yummy. So looking forward to that here in a few minutes. Yes. I gotta tell you guys a cute story. A very cute story from today at the craft show. Okay. Um, depends on the crowd. Depends on the crowd. I don't know. I don't know if Meyer does much of that. Every once in a while, you'll find some meat that's marked down, but I don't know when they do it or how that works. I don't know. Then you make stew with the leftovers. Perfect. See right there? Yep. There you go. We have an Instapot, Matt, and we don't hardly ever get it out. It's big. It's up above the refrigerator. Um, we just don't get it out very often. It also has an air fryer attachment you can put on the top of it to air fry things, and we've used that a couple times. And I just find the whole thing cumbersome, and I don't like using it. I'll just say that. Dale will use it, but he hasn't even gotten it down in months and months and months and months and months. I know a lot of people just have an air fryer just out on their counter all the time. And I try not to do that, to have that stuff out on my counter, but anyhow. Beef stroganoff, yum. You know what? I could use some of that beef if we have beef left over to make that too. Uh-huh. Yep. You love your Instapot. I don't I don't like using it. It's probably just because I'm not comfortable with it. It reminds me too much of the old what were they? The dangerous ones, the pressure cookers, you know? And I'm like, I don't know how to set it properly. I don't know how to cook properly. I'm not. I don't like it. And air fryers. I know people use air fryers all the time. They're like, my air fryer is. I put everything in my air fryer, and to do that, we would have to have the Instapot out because, like I said, It's some contraption that sits on top of your Instapot, and I don't know. It's too much. Too much. Oh, good. Look, there's 2 ABs, which is exactly what I need. One for right there, and I don't know why there must be snowflakes. It's gotta be snow. Snow coming down. 1 AB there, 1 AB there. Yep, there's snowflakes. I just made snowflakes. There you go. A little bit bigger than a toaster oven. Hello, Kathy. The queen of pressure cooking, right? I don't know. Pressure cookers are, there's stories about pressure cookers. Scary things happen with pressure cookers. Yep. Make a whole chicken. I know we've done that before, but a Ninja air fryer. Nice. Nice. Like I said, it's all up above the refrigerator. It's hard to get to, and I'm not getting it down. I'm not getting it down. I'm not doing that. So anyhow, and there isn't really any other place to like store it well, you know? It's hard to store. And why do these things have to be so big? I just feel like they're just such big, cumbersome appliances. I don't know. Maybe they're smaller ones. Maybe, I don't know. Are they getting smaller? I don't know. No idea. Anyhow, let's get back to my cute story. My cute story from the craft show today. So these people were walking through and they had a lot of kids. There were several children. Okay. Right? If it was smaller, I'd be good with it. See, Vanessa, you got to leave it out to use it, right? And I don't want to leave it out. I don't have that much counter space that I want to leave it out anywhere. Anyhow, so these people came through with these kids, right? And there was 2, 3 that I knew of right away. And then these girls, they came up and they were looking at the crochet stuff. There's 2 girls with the mom, and they were starting to buy something. And they both reached into their pockets and they pulled out little baggies, like a sandwich bag with money in it. And I was like, oh, you got your own money. And the mom's like, yep, they all have their own money and they're here making their own decisions about how to spend their money. And I was like, that is cool. So the 2 little girls each bought something. And the one little girl, she whips out a $50 bill. I was like, whoa, okay. I think she was the older one. I think she was 10, 11, 10, something like that. I don't know. And so she made her purchase. I think she spent $10. I know she spent $10. So I had to give her $40 and change. And so she made her purchase. And the other little girl, she got into her pocket and she pulled out her little baggie and she made her purchase. And I just told Mom, I said, that is awesome. I said, I love that. I love that idea. I love how they're learning to be responsible for money, make choices, all that stuff. I love that. That's perfect. Well, then a few minutes later, a taller boy, a much older boy came by with a much younger little girl. I mean, she was probably like 5, this little girl. She was younger, okay? And he's kind of there helping her decide what she wanted to buy. And she bought something as well. And he's like, I could hear him like talking to her, like, okay, look, get your money out. And I think he had her little baggie of money and he had a baggie as well. And I was like, okay, they're all together. And I asked him, I said, do you have like other family here, like some sisters or something? He goes, yeah, they're over there. And I was like, I figured they're your sisters. And he's like, yep, we're all together. And it was so cute. And then they came back. with the younger girl, and she wanted to buy something else. So she shopped with me twice, and it was just the cutest thing. I thought it was wonderful. Nothing better than teaching kids, oh, look, I needed a couple of those and I got a couple right here. Perfect. Then letting kids learn, this is how much things cost. This is how much money I have. How am I going to spend my money? How far does it go? Priorities. And I love that the younger one in particular, she wanted something and she bought it, and they went and they wandered around for a while and came back, and she decided that she wanted to come back and buy something else there, after looking at everything else. I thought it was just the coolest little thing. you know Anyhow, I just thought I'd share that with you. It was a fun little story. I liked it. Even Dale was like, I like it. That's, gotta hand it to him. Nice work. Love it. The two older girls both crocheted. The mom was talking to me about that. They'd started crocheting, and they've started making like little things, like they've made some simple little blankets and things like that. And I'm like, cool. And they were looking at my sweater. I wore my Hexie cardigan, the most recent one I made, and they noticed that. And I said, yeah. I said, I made that. I said, just think, if you keep crocheting, someday you can make things like sweaters and stuff. And they were like pretty excited about that. I asked the one girl, I was like, so how old are you? And she was the 10-year-old. I was like, I think I was about 10 when I started crocheting, when my grandma taught me how to crochet. I think I was 10. Yeah. So I love that. I absolutely love it. All right, we're moving on to a new section. Oh, look. Oh, look. What do we have there? What is that? It's a candy cane. Oh, it started a candy cane over here, too. Are there any pinks that can go in my candy cane? Are there any of those pink drills that can go in my candy cane? A pink glitter drills. Maybe this one. This pink one? Okay, hang on. Now I gotta see. What symbol did I put these on over here? I gotta go look. What symbol were these glitter drills? If I can get one off. No, I can't get one off, you guys. My tweezers and everything. This is gonna go flying when I get it off. Or I'm gonna stab myself with these tweezers. One of the two. Okay, come on. What symbol are you? Nope, I put them on a dash. Put them on the dash. Okay, hang on. They're right over here. I got to pull these out and see if there's another pink that would look cute on the candy cane. Is there another pink we can use on the candy cane? No, that's purple. Purple and blue. I don't need any purples and blues. Let's see. I think that might really be the only pink. I think it is. I got oranges, a bright like lemon yellow, greens, reds. There's no more pinks. Well. What do we do now? I was thinking maybe the candy canes were going to get some of that fun red. Maybe. They're supposed to be pink, though, I think. I really think they're supposed, because this is a pink gingerbread situation. Yeah, they're really supposed to be pink. And I like the pink. You know me, I love pink. And a pink Christmas, I'm all about a pink Christmas. Now, wait until you guys see what I bought today. Oh, my goodness. I try not to buy things when I go sell stuff at a craft show. I try not to buy other people's stuff. But today, I bought some stuff. Just two things from the same person. She's a ceramic person. Okay, you know the trees. You know the ceramic trees with all the little lights around the trees. Right? I don't have one of those. Dale had two, and I believe he gave one to each of his kids. Yeah. My sister, okay, my sister has one. She has one. Yeah, I wish there was like a pretty light pink or something. This doesn't get any ABs or anything in the candy cane. You guys, there should be something fun in it. I've already started this can. Wait, there's an AB in this candy cane. Okay, there is an AB in the candy cane. There's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 ABs in the candy cane. In that one, in the big one. There's a few in that one. Is the AB in that candy cane going to be enough? It's going to have to be. Okay, yeah. So this lady made those trees in all kinds of colors. All kinds of colors. And different sizes. She had like a huge one. I've never seen a ceramic tree as big as the one that she had. I pulled this out because I was here and I wanted to finish this, and that's why I pulled this out to start there. I think I'm going to pause for a moment. I don't know. I got all this blue, snowy background to do here. And I'm going to jump right to the fun candy cane, all right? I'm going to wait a minute. We're going to do something else for a minute. Okay. Anyhow, there were blue ones, purple ones, pink ones. She even had like a topsy-turvy one, like the top of it tipped, a tipsy-turvy tree. There was a rainbow one. There was just so many of them. They were beautiful. They were a little pricey. I mean, you're going to spend some money for those things, right? But they were so pretty. They were, oh my gosh, I love them. Goodbye, Michelle. Yeah, they were so cool. Absolutely cool. But I bought some stuff from her. I'm not going to tell you what it is yet. We'll have to watch Vlogmas. Watch Vlogmas and I'll show you what I got. Because what I got is pretty cool. All right. What I got is pretty cool. I couldn't spring for one of the trees. I couldn't do it. I wanted to, but I was like, oh, and back to my sister has a tree. I believe she has a tree like that. Okay. And yet I think she's taken one of my dad's that my mom and dad had. I think she's snatched onto one of those as well. I'm like, I don't have one of those. I don't have one. I want one. Anyhow, I'll get my own someday. I'll just get my own someday. It'll be fine. Oh boy. Yeah, I think one I looked at was like $75. And it wasn't like the big one. It was just like probably, I don't know, 10 to 12 inch tall, maybe. I mean, I've done ceramics before I get it. I get that ceramics is a lot of work. Plus, she's got all the little lights to put in the little holes and lights inside and plugs and all that. Right? Right, Shannon? Exactly. That's my thought, right? Gail, do it now. Start wrestling because I think my sisters are. Maybe it's still at my dad's house. Maybe there's still a chance. I don't know. I tell my sister, hey, listen, I don't have a tree. I don't have one of those. Seems fair that I should get one, right? Yeah, I have a bunch of stuff that my grandma made ceramic wise, but they're all little small things. Like I just decorated my countertop with my Christmas display stuff, and in there I have a Mr. and Mrs. Claus. My grandma made those, and I have candles. I believe they're supposed to be a salt and pepper shaker. I believe. But I just put them in my my 2-tiered basket thing, and I just use them as my Christmas display. So Yeah. Gail, oh Gail, 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 Gail. Ah, you know me so well. You know me so well. Okay, that's all you get for now. That's all you get. Yes, yes, it's pink. It's pink. Okay. I took video. I took video of their booth too, so you guys will get to see some of them. There was one was like um, a pink poinsettia, like a tree, sort of a tree. It, I mean, it was a tree, but not shaped like a Christmas tree because it's a poinsettia, you know. But anyhow, super, super pretty, super pretty. So keep watching Vlogmas, right? Keep watching Vlogmas, and you know, you'll see. You will see what I got, and you will see. Um, I took a decent little video of their shop, so you'll get to see that too. All the other things that they had, the pretty trees that they had. I know I recorded that pink one, the poinsettia one, because it was just like, it's so pretty. I wish I would have done a little video of this other lady's booth because she did something unique as well. She calls herself something something upcycle. And what she did was took blue jeans or denim like denim type, you know, pants and stuff. Like they didn't have to be blue, you know, there was like some brown and things like that. Um, we put right. Well, Matt, I know this is a pretty much just like you know you just yeah. Crochet is my more creative thing, which you know I like. That's why I like doing that too. Oh goodness, that would have been a lot of work, Kathy. I'm sure it's beautiful, but this lady upcycled blue jean type things and made bags out of them, purses, bags, little clutches, things like that. They were really cool. I will say that was a unique idea. When people have a unique concept, I got to give them kudos for that. You know, never seen anything like them before. These bags are made out of blue jeans. Sometimes they were patchwork. Sometimes they'd actually have the pockets on them still. There was a couple things she had. I'm like, I know I had some pants like that at one point in my life. I know I did. They were like, I can't remember the brand now. There was some brand though. Oh, what was the brand? And they weren't necessarily just blue jeans. They were some of the colored ones that had different colored, you know, just that thicker denim-like material. They were really cool. I looked at those and I was like, gosh, they're cool. I don't need a bag. I just don't need a bag, right? Of course, do I need the things that I bought today? No, no, probably not. But, you know, they're Christmas decor. They're Christmas decor. So they're just going to come out at Christmas time. You know, they're going to come out at Christmas. So it's good. It's all good. All good. Yep, I'll get me one of those trees yet. You watch. Okay, I can't find the U. Where's the U? Here it is. There we go. Uh, so some of these drills are really staticky. Okay. Your mom did a ceramic nativity too. Nice. Nice. And your sister inherited it. I'm telling you, those sisters. Sometimes those sisters. Oh boy. What was I going to say? But can I find a pink one at a resale shop, Sue? Can I find a pink one? Probably not. I don't think there's a whole lot of pink ones out there. My dad's is white. I believe the one he has is white with blue lights. I think. White with blue. So these are kind of staticky, these drills. And so some of them have a little dryer sheet in here. And last night, what was I doing? I opened this up and I went to pour them out or something. And the drills were on top of, underneath the dryer sheet. I don't know, something weird happened. And next thing you know, I just had drills going everywhere because they were stuck on the dryer sheet or under the dryer sheet I don't know, something happened because of the dryer sheet and the drills were going everywhere. I was like, oh, well, that's fun. That's great fun. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. I appreciate that greatly. I just, all these little blue drills going all over the place. So I was like, great. Dale just vacuumed in here. Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, we will vacuum again another day, right? All the Christmas presents, pretty much all the Christmas presents are in this office. And the other day, I had the girls stop by and feed my dogs and let my dogs out because we were gone for quite a long time that day. And so they came over. And then Shannon texts me and she's like, do you have colored ink in your printer? And I was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure I do. My colored ink, for some reason, just wants to dry up all the time. Like if you don't use it, it just like dries out. It's the weirdest thing. So yeah, I think the color ink is working just fine. Devin wanted to do something for school or project. I don't know. It's probably some art project or something they're doing. I don't know. And then I didn't even think about it. I didn't even think about it that they would have to come into the office to use the printer. And here are boxes of gifts. And like, here's one of Shannon's right on the top of the box. And so I was like, oh, great, Dale. They went in the office. There's their gifts. Now, I don't think Devin could see any of hers. I think her things are in the bottom of that box. And so I just text Shannon and I'm like, so I said, how many of your Christmas gifts did you see in the office? And she goes, I don't know. I didn't really pay attention, really. None, I don't think. I'm like, oh, okay. And then later she texts me and she says, oh, that's because Devin went in the office first and she saw the packages and she threw a coat over the box. I was like, okay. Okay, cool. So Devin must have seen it and she knew and she threw her coat over that one box. And I was like, okay, cool. Well, all right. Just wondered if you saw him, you saw him. But I looked at the box and I couldn't see any of Devin's on the top of the box. But the one thing for Shannon is right on top of the box. And I was like, well, she probably saw it. And, if you looked, there's two things that you can clearly see that are for her. I was like, well, I didn't plan on anybody coming into my house. I can leave stuff out. It's not like I have to hide things away from little kids or anything, and how often do they actually just come over here and I'm not here like that? Like hardly ever. Very, very rarely do I ask them to like come over and do anything like that. But, well, I guess crisis averted because Devin was like, oh, I better cover that up. Good going, Devin. Thank you. I mean, we are adults, sometimes it's not even a surprise. You know what you're going to get. You've asked for it. And it's like, yeah, we're adults. Although it is still nice to get some things you don't know you're going to get, a little surprise. I'm still working on Dale. Dale is a hard one. Dale is a hard one because, Dale's like, if I want something, I'll just go get it. That's him. Although he told me one thing. He had a doctor's appointment the other day. And so he came back from that doctor's appointment and he said, okay, I got one gift idea. Somebody can get me a blood pressure cuff. One of those little at-home little blood pressure cuffs. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, there you go. Yeah, his blood pressure's been a little high. Doctor said, yeah, get yourself one of those cuffs and just monitor it. And he's like, okay. It was down. It was lower when he went to the doctor. So that's good. He said, just keep an eye on it. Get yourself a little cuff thing. I'm like, okay, we can do that. Do I get it or do I let the kids get it for him? That's the next question. I don't know what to get him. I have no idea. No idea. Anyhow, all right. It's time to go have some roast. What do you think? Time for me to go have roast. I'm thirsty. A white one with red bird lights. Oh, they're so pretty. So pretty. I'm going to get one yet. You watch. I'm going to get one. All right, you guys. Time for me to scoot on out of here. Thanks for hanging out with me. Look, I made good progress. I finished like all of this part here and a little bit of this, and we're moving over there. I made some good progress. What do you think? I'm happy with it. Now, if I can, I got to keep moving on this thing. I'd said I think I can finish it this month, but I don't know now. I just don't know. All right. I will talk to everybody later. Have a great night. And like I said, thanks for hanging out. And I'll see you all real soon. Keep watching Vlogmas because there's fun things coming. Fun stuff coming. Just saying. All right. See you guys soon.